Welcome to our short product video on our newly created website, ShoreTrade. Let's start off with a quick introduction on what ShoreTrade is. ShoreTrade is a trading and selling website designed for use in local areas. The app offers the ability to trade products for products or products for money. The idea is to allow people who live in a local area to trade goods for goods in a more organized fashion. To figure out what the key requirements in terms of function and interface design were, we did a lot of HCI research. We started off by interviewing our client to see what their requirements were in terms of functionality. We then interviewed random members of the targeted audience to see what they found was important in online shopping. From these interviews, we found that people would get frustrated with the amount of steps necessary to complete a simple purchase. We also found that some people were both buying and selling goods and would prefer a way to bypass the money transaction completely. With these interviews, along with an analysis of competitors like eBay and Gumtree, we were able to create a list of key requirements. Starting from the most basic and most important requirements, the system needs to be able to trade goods for goods, and it needs to be able to sell goods for money. Another important feature is to only have it be accessible in a local area. Since trading of the goods is done in person, we must restrict the distance people must travel to complete this trade. Another key feature is the creation of profiles for traders and buyers. This was a much requested feature in the interviews as people wanted to know who they were buying from. When creating profiles, many other key requirements come into play. It is important that key information like addresses is kept private to the public until a deal has been made. Having a profile allows the creation of a profile page, which is also a key feature of our product. On this profile page, a could-have requirement is the creation of a wish list of items that a user is looking for. This will encourage people to sell their products if they know there are buyers. The system should also allow users to rate their sales so that a more reliable profile page can be built. In terms of the website's own functionalities, a few things were requested. The system should allow users to search by product name or category to simplify the process of finding products. It should also offer meeting points for buyers to meet their sales for people who do not wish to give away their address. There should also be a forum page so that users can ask questions about products or the website in general. And finally, the system needs to create a basket for users to be able to make multiple purchases at once. To help clarify what this might look like, let's go through a few use cases of the system. Frank writes game reviews. He has finished the review for a game he owns and wants to trade it for a new one. He logs into the website. He searches for games other people have put up for trade. When he finds something he likes, he clicks trade. He selects the items he wants to offer from his own page or adds a new item. If the offer is accepted, contact details are shared and Frank arranges to meet the seller. Another use case of this might be from purely a seller's point of view. This time the user might not want another product but just wants to sell a product. In this case, the user signs in, selects sell product, fills in the form for his product and posts it. He then waits for someone to make an offer. When an offer has finally been made, he receives a message from the buyer about the location and amount. To implement all of this, let's take a look at the object-oriented analysis and design that went into making this product possible. Let's first have a look at the controllers. We had 5 controllers for our website, which were login, search, product, register, and user. Each of these classes were responsible for the movement around the website and the storage of information. The login view controlled the login page and was responsible for taking in and checking the username and password to see if it matched a current user. The search controller was responsible for storing the search value typed in by a user. The product controller was responsible for listing the list of products based on what was entered in the search field. The register controller was responsible for storing the typed in data for registering a new user. The user controller was responsible for creating the new user and adding it to the list of users. Some other created classes include our data access object classes. These are responsible for actually displaying the information. We had one for the products page and one for the profile page. To store new products and users, we created model pages that made product objects and user objects. Methods can be called on these objects to pull information about the product or user. Through a combination of these classes, HTML, databases, and some JSP, we were able to create our final website. Let's go through a run-through of what the final app looks like. So starting at the home page, let's see what the average user might do. To start off, we need to log in. We go to the login page, and we can choose to either create a new user or log in with an existing one. Once you click Login, it'll take you back to the main page. Let's say you wanted to buy an item on sale. You type in what you're looking for and press Go. This will give you a list of all the items related to your search word. Let's say we wanted to buy the white standing lamp. You click on the item and you get presented with the product page for the lamp. From here you can either go directly to adding it to your basket, or you can have a look at the seller's profile page. This will take you to a page about the user where you can rate the seller or send him a message. Let's go back. So let's say we decided to buy the item. You click here to add it to the basket. If you now go to your basket, you will see that the item has been added. Let's say we do not want to buy anything more and we want to check out our items. We click checkout and we confirm the meeting point that we want to arrange with the seller. Now a message has been sent to the seller via email, and you can now respond to him. Another feature of this website is a help page where you can ask questions to the admins and they will answer within a day or two. Following extensive work throughout the project, it can be concluded that it was a success. We were able to create a functional website with all the key features we planned on including. Initially, one of the hardest to do steps was to gather our requirements. Through the conduction of multiple interviews, questionnaires, and competitor analysis, we were able to extract enough information to fulfill both the wishes of our client and our users. Our use of object-oriented design and analysis allowed us to create a prototype with almost all of the functionalities we set out to do. Our ability to work well as a group greatly reflected on the final product. Through a correct allocation of workload and continuous communication between team members, we were able to maximize our chances of succeeding.